What's going on, all you wild ghouls? Logan Myerz back here for Cinephellas.com doing more 31 Days of Horror. And tonight I'm going to be talking about Roger Corman's 1960 film, House of Usher, or The Fall of the House of Usher. A classic short story by Edgar Allan Poe, one of my favorite authors. Used to read a lot of his work growing up, you know, in grade school, high school, all that fun stuff. And we actually read this book in high school in my English class, so it was cool seeing the film being adapted from the story by Edgar Allan Poe. So to set up the film, we have Philip Winthrop. He's on a horse. He's going through the spooky woods. He's going to his fiancee's mansion. It really looks really scary from the get-go of the film. It's really dark. And they actually filmed this in a forest that was burned down in California. That had a very dark and spooky feel to it, you know, and that's what I loved about the movies in the 1960s. They relied on, you know, the set design to really create this spooky atmosphere. So right from the get-go of the film, Philip Winthrop showing up at the mansion, the House of Usher, the Usher family. We have Roger Usher, played by one of the greatest horror movie actors of all time, Vincent Price. One of my favorite performances by him, playing Roderick Usher. And then Madeline Usher is played by Myrna Fahey, and she's really great in this film. So Philip shows up to see his fiancée, and her brother, Roderick Usher, is not too keen or happy that this guy is at their house because he knows what exactly is going on at the house and the curse of the family, of the Usher family. So with him showing up, Philip is really kind of checking out the place, and weird and creepy things start happening. But throughout the course of the film, he really wants to see Madeline and you know, see his fiancée. The house is haunted and the family is cursed. Going back many centuries, a lot of the family, as we find out later in the film, are like murderers and thieves and just really bad people. And the family is cursed and they end up dying eventually. So with anybody coming in from the outside, you know, it's not going to end well for them. So Roderick is really on to Philip and saying, you know, you need to get out of here. You can't see Madeline. You guys need to stop seeing each other. This is not going to work just because of what's going on in this house and this family. And Roderick also knows if they get married and have children, continues the bloodline and it continues the curse, you know, onto the next generation. So it's not going to end well. And Roderick is really there trying to stop this from happening, them getting married, because he knows where it's going to end. And then you really need to stop this evil and this curse once and for all. So throughout the film, you know, it sets up a lot of great scenes. There's like weird tremors in this house. It starts shaking. And there's one of my favorite scenes in the movie is the chandelier. Like those old school Victorian style houses had the chandeliers, which I absolutely love. I want to live in a haunted house like that from the 1800s, but the chandelier falls down, almost kills Philip. There's a lot of really weird and spooky things going on in this house. Madeline ends up dying, and they have to bury her in this tomb, I guess, or vault with the rest of the family members. And it really sets up a really interesting and scary third act, which I forgot about. They go back to check Madeline's coffin, and she's gone. She's hiding in the darkness of the house, and it really sets up a great ending of the film having to do with Madeline's character still around. And it really not ending well for these characters that are within the House of Usher, the mansion of Usher. So that being said, I absolutely love House of Usher. This is a really fantastic movie that stands the test of time. And he would go on to direct 7 more films that were adapted from Edgar Allan Poe novels. A really great screenplay as well by Richard Matheson. Love the performances in this film. I love Vincent Price, one of my favorite horror movie actors of all time, and one of the better performances next to The Raven, which I absolutely loved him in. I absolutely love the set design, the costume design in this film. It really creates a spooky atmosphere. Like I was saying, in the 1960s, they didn't have all the blood and splatter and gore and all that jump scares and things like that. They had to rely on the atmosphere and the set design to really create a spooky vibe to it, and, you know, like using fog machines. So that being said, House of Usher is definitely a movie you have to watch during the Halloween season. If you guys have not seen this film, it is currently streaming on Shudder, and I highly recommend it. So I'm giving Roger Corman's House of Usher a 4 out of 5 Vincent Price hair pieces. I want to hear what you guys think of House of Usher. What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? What did you guys think of that ending? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe. This is Logan Myerz signing out from House of Usher. Until the next horror movie review for 31 Days of Horror. Cheers!